Hello and welcome back. My name is Hardscape of Pondlife Aquatics in Tropical Fish London, and in today's video, do not worry, I know we are in the dry goods room. We are not staying in here. We do have a full shop tour, but we have had in some of the nicest hardscape that we've had in a really long time. I'm so excited to show you guys, and we've got a full fish order coming in, plus probably the end of our 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Let's get into it. I wasn't sure if I was going to show this on the YouTube channel, but I feel like there's some really cool things that came through, and I just kind of want to show it and talk through it. You guys can let me know whether or not this is something you find interesting, or if you don't want to see more going forward. But for the time being, so we got a J&K order in. J&K are one of the biggest wholesale suppliers of tropical goods in the UK. We got a whole bunch of hardscape, and the reason why we got this hardscape in is because I'm doing an aquascaping course in April, and I want to test out a few boxes and see what comes in, how it all looks, and whether or not it's something that I want to do. I'm really pleased to say, like, we got some really awesome stuff in, and it's something that I'm definitely going to be using for it. So the first thing that I'm like really excited for, there's this company called WIO. I think that's how you pronounce it, W-I-O. We saw them at PATS when they were first introducing a lot of their products, and they have so much cool hardscape. And this is something that they call their tree trunk mix, and you buy it in bulk form for us. I'm going to go through and individually price these, but the idea is that when you come and do the aquascaping course here, I'm going to have a box of all the different sizes and shapes of WIO tree trunks. I think I'm definitely going to go for WIO, maybe get some superfish spiderwood as well. I'll get some nice close-ups of this, but like these tree trunk pieces are just so beautiful and intricate and so natural. I think in a 25 litre, which is the size of scape we're going to be making together, it's going to be so gorgeous. We didn't just get things in for the aquascaping workshop, we also got in these pieces of hardscape, and I think these are just stunning. I see them on the list, and we don't regularly get in a huge amount of hardscape wholesale. I get so excited by it. I know it's not something that people are generally like seriously into. When I get to see like different pieces of wood that have different names, and it's like there's more and more pieces and different companies doing different things in aquascaping, that is like so exciting. So like when you see things like this is called a Centurion piece of wood, and you can just see that it's got all these intricacies and nooks, crannies. You can see like there's all this beautiful like lineage. And if you can just imagine this in an aquascape, I feel like this is such an idyllic centerpiece for a really stunning aquascape, and it's really reasonably priced. I think it's like $34.99 for this one piece of wood, which is huge. And it's just this kind of thing that like I've wanted to have in the store for so long. I think it's so important that we have different pieces that, for like me, this conjures up so many different images of like what this could be in an aquascape. So having things like this to inspire people when they come in, they can look at it alongside aquariums, they can really work on different things. We also got a smaller version as well of the Centurion, and this one's so gorgeous, where it's like you can tell this piece of wood has either been acid burnt from being in either a swamp or if it's been in the fire, and you can see all these different nooks and crannies throughout it. I can just imagine this placed into an aquascape, like loads of little plants potted into the cracks. There's maybe some Boost, maybe some Nubius. $17.49 I think for this particular piece, and it's just so gorgeous. It's going to be really nice to, if someone doesn't aquascape with this, I'm definitely going to at some point. These pieces of wood are called jungle wood, and for me, I can definitely see the appeal of more like flat, plain pieces of wood, and it's just something that you can really like work off, especially if you're going for a more low-level aquascape. Pieces of wood like this are just invaluable. They're really well priced, like $6.19 for a piece of jungle wood. Yeah, they're just like really good structural piece for an aquascape. I think we'll probably go with the WIO set. I think those roots are really spectacular, but these are obviously really nice as well. Obviously, you guys are gonna have to tell me if you don't want to hear me talking about rocks in the future, because I get excited by things like this, where like this is regular lava rock. It's like a typical purple, really gorgeous. I think it can be used really nicely in a lot of aquascapes. Super lightweight. We sell this by the 100 grams or kilo, depending on what size you go for. And we weigh this up in store and you can buy it for that. And we haven't had just regular lava stone in for ages, which is just great that we can get it in these big boxes. I think I'm going to be using, I saw on the list, there was this kind of lava rock. This is called Black Jade lava, and I'm gonna see if I can get it on a good bit of video, because it's like the lighting in here isn't the best. This is such a gorgeous piece of stone, and there's about 20 kilos of it that came in. It has all these different colorations for it, so like you see all these beautiful reds and yellows and greens. It's like why you get that. It's called Black Jade lava, where you get these shiny pieces coming off of it. I think it's something so nice. I wish I had a spare aquascape going. I might actually aquascape something in store with this. I think it's really gorgeous. I think it would be amazing for like a goby tank, where you could have just like a sand base and then just go all hard lava rock, some with like big flow going over the top of it, maybe some crypt tucked into the gaps in between this and the sand. I think this could be a really gorgeous aquascape. Also, the great thing about lava rock is that it's got so much surface area to it. It actually really helps enhance the amount of denitrifying bacteria that you have in your aquarium. It's something that I really haven't explored that much in terms of hardscape. I've always been more of a wood man, but seeing this come in is really gorgeous. And there's one more, I promise, it's only one more thing that I need to show you guys. The last thing I want to show you guys, and this isn't something that I can like really take out of the bag, but we sold one immediately, and I think that's such a great idea. Usually rock sets cost quite a lot. Choosing out individual rocks, obviously there's a reason why things like that cost a little bit of money. Weo, again, come out with these sets. The first one I'm going to show you, this is just black Darwin lava stone. So like if you ever need just like little pieces, so if you chose a centerpiece of like, let's say that black jade, and you know that's what you want in the center of your aquarium, or you wanted a couple of pieces, maybe 2 or 3, to create like a center scape. And then you could use these bags by Weo, which are $11.99. They come with like 1.5 kilos worth of rock in, which is really good value for money, particularly for like curated pieces, which Weo claim that they go through and they only have the highest quality rock, which I believe them because I've seen the quality of their own products. I think that it's such a great idea that you can, particularly things like lava rock, then have lots of little tech pieces, I guess, where you can create force perspectives where you have very small pieces up front, or you can just kind of create like more of a river base. Or if I was going to go for lava rock, I'd be going for like, let's say you were trying to create like a volcano perspective, where you can have lots of small pieces around the front and then going back towards this large piece of black jade, which is such a gorgeous idea. And then the second thing, I think this is particularly nice. This is called Bumblebee stone. And I think if I'm going to create a nanoscape, I'm definitely using this rock next. Again, this is 2 kilos of Bumblebee rock by Weo, and it's a nano boulder set. They also do these substrate sets. We didn't get any in. I'm definitely going to try and get those in future. But it's just such a pretty color of rock. It's like this almost like honeyish. You can tell why they call it Bumblebee. And it's just a really nice selection of small pieces of rock. And I think it could really add some really nice perspective, a nice color, weirdly enough, to an aquascape, where usually you just don't get this color stone. I think it's really quite special, like the complete opposite to lava rock, where lava rock is this deep, dark purples, greens, blacks, porousness. These are like almost quite smooth. They've got a very delicate texture to them, but they've got this beautiful yellow color. And I think it could be really gorgeous in an aquascape. And I've had to change angle because it really, like, I wasn't joking when I said this piece of hardscape was insane. This is just huge. It's this gorgeous, gorgeous piece of root. This, I've asked like 5 people who've come in how much they think a piece of wood would cost like this, and they've said like hundreds. This is retailing right now for £65. So if anyone's in the market for a huge piece of hardscape, let us know. I might use this in the aquascape in store. It might be a little bit too big for us. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's gonna be on very quickly. So yeah, I'm gonna get all of that priced up and put away. And then tomorrow we've got a really big fish order coming in, so I'm really excited to show you guys that. And I'll see you later on. So it is another day, and I'm just gonna get straight into it because we have had such a great fish order, and I've been waffling about hardscape for like 7 minutes, so I will just get on with the tour. So for those of you who are new, hello, welcome. We do things slightly differently here at Pondlife Aquatics. We do everything continent by continent. So when you first come into the fish room on the left-hand side, we have got some really gorgeous Livebearers in. Every now and then on a list, I'll see Mosaic Guppies, and I know I've said I'm not a Guppy person before. I'm a Mosaic Guppy person. I think they are so cool, particularly when you get blue mosaics. And these guys are just so special. If you like fancy guppies, these are the fish for you. We've also got some Swordtails. I'm really usually not the type of guy who likes red platies, but these guys are really kind of fat and fun. They've got a lot of character. They were a little bit spooked when they first came in. As the afternoon's gone on since I've came back to the shop, they seem to be really warming up. They've got these lovely red tones in them. Gorgeous little fish. Further down in South America, I don't think I mentioned which continent we were in just a moment ago. We are in South America here, so we got in some really gorgeous Corydoras. We topped up on our tank bred Sterbai, Corydoras and peppers. And again, Corydoras are probably my favorite species of fish. I adore them. I think they're so full of character, so happy and fun. They just bring joy. They bring me a lot of joy. I was asked in a comment how we keep Corydoras here with such high general hardness. We generally don't have issues with Corys. They settle in really nicely, even though our general hardness is relatively high. So I think it's just a case of when you are getting Corydoras, making sure you get them from a store that has pre-acclimatized them. Some places will keep them in softened or RO water. We don't do that here, although we are looking at keeping some species specifically in RO. We keep everything here at the moment in London tap, so everything's pre-acclimated. If we think we're having any issues with that acclimation, we will not sell the fish, we won't give them to people. So you can be sure when you get your Corys from somewhere like Pondlife Aquatics, they are pre-acclimated to London tap water and they'll be happy and healthy for you to go home with you. It's everything new we've had in South America. We still have a few of the red devils in terms of angelfish, but they have been eyed up by quite a few people. I got asked a few times today by separate people if we had any Gouramis. We do. We have a few more of the Paraguays in, but those are selling quite quickly. We've got one male and female pair left. So if you are in the market for a Gouramis specifically, make sure you come down this weekend because I think they'll probably be gone by the end. Now, as you move down into the fish house, we go into Asia and we have so much in Asia this week that I'm so excited about. And the most exciting will be coming up and I'm pretty sure it's going to be ruined by the thumbnail, but I digress. Up in this tank, with our common female fighting fish and Asian rummy nose, we have some Medaka rice fish, which are rainbow rice, and they are gorgeous. Really lovely little species of fish, although I'm pretty sure people know which species of rice fish is my favorite based on this thumbnail. Below that, we do have a tank that says not for sale. However, I think they'll be fine in a few days at most. We've been treating these guys for a couple of issues since they came in. We hadn't had any deaths or any weird behaviors, but they just had markings on their body, which indicated to us that they weren't doing too well. We've been treating them for now 2 weeks, and they are absolutely stunning pearl gourami. Honestly, probably the nicest pearl gouramis we've had. We've had plenty of people asking if they can buy them, and we've had to turn them down because we do not like selling fish that not even that we don't like it, we won't do it. We will not sell fish that knowingly that are sick. These guys, I think, are now completely out of the woods. We're going to keep them for a couple more days. The reason why I'm including them in this video, I think they are going to be so nice in someone's home aquarium. And it seems a shame not to include them in this video, considering how well they're doing, how beautiful they are. And I absolutely adore pearl gouramis. They're absolutely gorgeous. But in the tank below them is one of my favorite anabantids. Maybe my favorite anabantid aside from Siamese fighting fish. We have sparkling gouramis, and if you've never kept a sparkling gourami before, they're also known as a croaking gourami, where they make this noise at night and during the day when they're doing breathing rituals and communication. They are such an interesting species of fish. If you have a small aquarium that's heavily planted and you don't know what to keep, and you want something that's small and subtle and amazingly full of character, sparkling gouramis are your fish. I absolutely adore them. I am definitely going to be setting up an aquascape very soon in store, which will focus on sparkling gouramis, but as far as I'm aware, this is the first time we've had them in the new fish house. And I'm so excited that we have them. They are such an excellent fish. I really hope they get a good home. Gorgeous. I'm just happy they're here. Moving further down in Asia, we have some really gorgeous little Harlequin Rasbora in stock. We also have your Galaxy Rasbora, Chili Rasbora. We got some long fin zebra and leopard danios. Everything's doing well in Asia at the moment. Obviously, I've said that we had a couple of issues, but now things have gone so well over time. And all of our fish are looking really happy and healthy, and I'm really excited for this weekend for people to come down. Moving down into the end of our aquarium, we have our dedicated barb tanks, where we ordered in a lot more barbs and they didn't come in, unfortunately. However, we have some really stunning blacktail rosies in here, which are just a really gorgeous kind of classic looking barb. They're not quite as aggressive as your tiger barbs. You can tell these guys have just settled in really lovely. They are just riding the current of being in the air filter. We also got our long fin cherry barbs in, which are really colored up already. They're these beautiful poppy reds that, again, gorgeous looking fish. And then I was a little bit concerned because I ordered a whole bunch of PENTAZOA barbs, which if you've never kept a PENTAZOA, they are a diminutive species of barb. They are a lot more docile. They don't tend to nip nearly as much as a lot of other barb species, which make them great for community aquariums. So I wanted to get some more PENTAZOAs in. They also don't get nearly as big as your typical tiger barbs. Where were they? Once they'd already gone into the tank, they absolutely just disappeared. And I managed to get some lovely footage of it. They decided that they just want to live in that log with Java fern and moss on it from Aquafleur. It's a gorgeous piece, but I'm pretty sure that if anyone wants the PENTAZOAs, they're going to have to take that piece with them, because they really made themselves at home there, and it's actually quite adorable watching them poke their little heads out. Below the barb tanks, we have our goldfish, and we are now fully stocked on small goldfish ready for Persian New Year. To our international and maybe non-local viewers, we have a large Persian/Iranian community here in Northwest London, and we get a lot of people coming in looking for goldfish for their aquariums to celebrate the new year. So that's why I mentioned it last time, if anyone was slightly confused. Now, I probably should have saved this section for last, because this is, as a lot of you know, our dedicated Siamese fighting fish range, and we got a candy cane BETTA in, and he is nuts. He's absolutely stunning. He's in this aquarium here, and he's been just so full of character since we got him in. He's such a chunky boy. I'm very excited that we got him. I don't think he'll be here long. He is slightly more expensive because of the specific breeding, but you can tell in the videos how special this fish is. The thing I am most excited for in this week's order are these guys. We got KOHAKU MEDAKA rice fish in stock, which, if you don't know, they have been so difficult to get a hold of for so long. My friend Ray literally paid something like 20 quid or 20 English pounds for our American viewers for eggs of these guys. And I've got some top-down footage and some side-on footage, and they're just such gorgeous rice fish. They've got these white, pure white bodies with sparkling little points on them, these orange heads, and they are bred to be looked down upon. Pardon me, that was a Freudian slip. We're not allowed to sell them to put into patio ponds. However, they are bred to be looked down upon, but that does not take away from how special these guys look just swimming in this aquarium. I can't take my eyes off them. They are stunning. They are a little bit more expensive. However, they're not £20 a piece. They are £7.50 each. So I think that's a relatively reasonable price for them. I honestly might take them home and do a breeding. Might have to do a breeding tank of them. I might have to. They're just so cool. They're so cool. Definitely come down. Definitely come down, take a look at them. I'm smitten. I am smitten with them. Moving on to our Australia range, we got in some really gorgeous looking red rainbows. We haven't had red rainbows in a long time. Glossolepis incisus is the Latin names for these guys, and they are just such chunky boys. We still have some of our Bosmani rainbows in, which are a lot of people's favorite fish. However, I am so excited that we got these red guys in. They are honestly quite impressive when you look at them. There is something quite, this is going to sound strange, they are an intimidating fish. They have these big, boisterous bodies, and what I'm sure when these guys have colored up, they are going to be something rather impressive. They get these deep reds. I'm really excited to see how they get on. They seem to be settling in. They haven't quite colored up nearly as much as I would like them to. However, as they mature, I am sure they will get better and better. Now, as we move into our African range, we obviously still have our stunning Lake Malawi cichlid tank. In terms of new things, we have a couple of new additions to Africa I'm very excited to have. We have some clown killifish. They are small with these black and yellow ribbons across their body with these long, gorgeous red tails, and they are perfect for Nano Aquarium. We've only got a few of them in because we don't really have that huge amount of space to give them a tank, and we don't like packing aquariums out here at Pondlife Aquatics. But those guys are going to have their own dedicated tank here. They are a top dwelling species, so I will get close-ups and put it over this, but they are doing really nicely. Hopefully they'll settle in and be ready for someone to take them home this weekend. Now with the odd camera angle, because this bottom tank, this very, very bottom tank in Africa, we obviously have our dwarf frogs, which everyone absolutely loves. However, we got brought in Congo tetra and long fin African tetra, and I love these fish. However, I will say, if you are going to bring us in fish, if you are a breeder, if you are an enthusiast who wants to support the store, we really, really appreciate it. However, if you do want to bring us in fish, please just give us a call to let us know you are going to bring them in, just so that we can prepare a tank, or let you know if we don't have the space to give them an effectively good tank to live in. However, we were lucky. We had a tank that was already pre-cycled, ready to go, good filtration on it, ready to house these stunning fish. If you like Congo tetra nearly as much as I do, I'm sure that you're going to enjoy coming and seeing these. They are in a weird place to look. I'm thinking potentially maybe we'll move down some of the shrimp tanks, and we've got an empty tank here as well. Potentially we'll move those two down and that one up so that they're much more easy to see. However, for now, you're just going to have to stoop if you want to see our African tetras and Congo tetras. And finally, in our plant range, we didn't get any fresh stem planting in this week. However, we do have a really substantial order coming in from Aqua next week, hopefully. That being said, we do have various different mosses. I personally found it quite hard to find moss for a while. So if you are in the market, we have various different mosses. Everything here is obviously, since you're watching this, we didn't get an order in this week. Everything is acclimated to being fully submerged. So you're not going to get any issues with melt. If you take in any of our plants, these are all now submerged planting, ready to take home, super happy and healthy, which I guess is a boon of not getting a plant order in this week. However, up top, we have these really cool ornaments. My colleague Ariane spent time planting up for people. They are ready for people to take home. It's again that mishmash of ornamentation with live planting, which I think is just such a great idea, and Ariane's done such a lovely job preparing these plants for people, and I hope that they appreciate the hard work that he puts in. I really appreciate it, and I think what he's done looks excellent. However, that is not everything we got in fish-wise here at Pondlife Aquatics this week. I am going to overlay some video, and I know people aren't that interested in the outdoor side of things. However, I feel like this is something that everyone can appreciate. We got in some stunning baby koi from one of our suppliers. These are from a British company, from Japanese lines. These are stunning little koi carp. And I'm so excited to have the first koi of the season. We're getting our first British bred goldfish and spunkin next week for outdoors. For the time being, having koi carp at Pondlife Aquatics just feels right. It means we are fully into the start of the season. It means the days are getting longer, days are getting warmer. We are ready for the pond season here, and we've got some gorgeous, gorgeous koi carp to kickstart that right. So that is everything we got here at Pondlife Aquatics. For the final time, however, if you would like to be in for a chance to win an NT Labs goodie pack of a bottle of Satis and Optimus, a couple of their foods, and a potted plant and a sponge filter from us, and then a second and third place prize of a potted plant each and a sponge filter, then be sure that you are subscribed to the channel and you comment below your favorite fish that you would like to see us stock here at Pondlife Aquatics and Tropical Fish London, because as of recording this at 5:54 on Friday, the 7th of March, we are 5 subscribers away from hitting 1,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. Thank you so much to everyone who supported the channel, who supported us here in store. It has been such an exciting time to be a part of Pondlife Aquatics. It's been amazing. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to keep on bringing you guys content and trying to supply everyone with the best possible fish we can. And I want this place to be a hub for enthusiasts and hobbyists and everyone who wants to keep fish in the best possible way. And if making content that people enjoy is a part of that, then I will absolutely keep that up, hopefully for many months and years to come. So for now, that is everything from me here at Pondlife Aquatics, and I hope I will see you again next time, probably for a back to basics or a species spotlight video midweek, or I will see you again next week for another stock update. But I hope you will join me again at 1,000 subscribers for this pond life.